In the world of heavyweight boxing, power changes everything. One punch can end a fight. One moment can define a career. And when a fighter possesses devastating knockout ability, every opponent steps into the ring knowing the danger is real. During the early 1990s, few fighters embodied that danger more than Tommy Morrison. Explosive, aggressive, relentless. At his peak, Morrison was one of the most feared punchers in the division. His left hook alone was enough to drop opponents instantly, leaving them staring at the lights before they even understood what had happened. By 1993, Morrison was on a mission. After suffering a setback earlier in his career, he was determined to prove it meant nothing. Fight after fight, he tore through opponents with brutal efficiency, rebuilding his reputation as one of the most dangerous heavyweights in boxing. His goal was clear: earn another shot at the top, possibly even a showdown with a legend like George Foreman. But before he could get there, he had to overcome a serious challenge. Standing across the ring was a man who had already been through wars, a veteran who had faced some of the biggest names in boxing, a fighter known simply as the Truth, Carl Williams. At 6'5", Williams wasn't just big, he was experienced, durable, and mentally tough. He had gone toe-to-toe with elite fighters, including Mike Tyson, and had built a reputation as someone who could not be easily broken. For Morrison, this wasn't just another fight, it was a test, a clash between raw power and veteran experience. By the summer of 1993, Morrison entered the ring with an impressive record, filled with knockouts that had captured the attention of the boxing world. But Williams saw things differently. To him, Morrison was just another rising prospect surrounded by hype, another fighter who might crumble under pressure when things didn't go his way. That belief would soon be tested. From the opening bell, Morrison wasted no time. He came forward aggressively, looking to impose his power early. His punches were fast, heavy, and dangerous. And then it happened. A sharp left hook landed clean. Williams hit the canvas. It was a shocking start, but it didn't end the fight, because Carl Williams was not an easy man to finish. He got back up, and more importantly, he stayed composed. As the round continued, Williams began using his experience. He adjusted his timing, worked behind his jab, and looked for openings. Morrison continued pressing forward, throwing powerful shots, but not all of them landed clean. By the end of the round, it was clear this fight wasn't going to be easy. In the second round, the pace slowed slightly. Both fighters began thinking more. Morrison still looked for big shots, especially that dangerous left hook, but Williams started finding success with his own punches, landing jabs and right hands that kept Morrison honest. The veteran was settling in. By round 3, the fight began to intensify again. Morrison landed another powerful shot that sent Williams down for a second time. This time, the damage looked more serious. The crowd erupted. It seemed like the end might be near. But once again, Williams survived. He got back up, steadied himself, and continued fighting. That resilience began to shift the energy of the fight. Because every round Williams survived, he gained confidence, and every minute that passed, Morrison had to work harder. As the fight moved into the middle rounds, something changed. Williams began pressing forward more. He started landing cleaner shots, including solid right hands that snapped Morrison's head back. Then came a turning point. A powerful right hand from Williams connected clean. Morrison went down. The crowd was stunned. The momentum had shifted. Now it was Morrison who had to prove himself. He got back to his feet, showing determination, but the fight had become something completely different. No longer was it just about power. Now it was about heart, about endurance, about who wanted it more. The next few rounds turned into a war. Both fighters exchanged heavy punches. Morrison continued throwing dangerous combinations, while Williams answered back with sharp counters. Fatigue began to set in. You could see it in their movements. their breathing, the way their punches slowed just slightly. But neither man backed down. Williams, using his experience, tried to control the pace. He looked for opportunities to outbox Morrison, knowing that the longer the fight went, the more it favored him. Morrison, on the other hand, kept searching for that one punch, the one shot that could end everything. As the fight entered the later rounds, it became clear that both fighters had taken serious punishment. Morrison's face showed signs of damage. Williams looked exhausted, but determined. The tension inside the arena was intense. At any moment, the fight could end. And then it happened. Morrison found his opening. A powerful combination broke through Williams' defense. A left hook landed clean. Williams stumbled. Another punch followed, and suddenly the veteran was in serious trouble. Morrison sensed it. He moved in, unleashing everything he had left. Punch after punch crashed through Williams' guard. The referee watched closely. Williams tried to survive, but it was too much. The damage had accumulated, and finally, the fight was stopped. Tommy Morrison had done it. In a brutal back-and-forth battle, he had overcome one of the toughest tests of his career. It wasn't just a victory, it was a statement, a reminder that his power was real, that his determination was undeniable, and that he belonged among the top heavyweights in the world. The fight proved something important. Power can dominate, experience can challenge it, but when both collide, only the strongest will stand. On that night, Tommy Morrison stood tall, and the heavyweight division took notice.